I feel like Ray Charles, right? The late Ray Charles guy, man, he rest in peace. Listen, okay, we are gonna do quarterly readings for singles. Because to do a general collective reading, you have so many subdivisions and divisions, and that's just for people who are in relationships. And relationships go through all kinds of phases and changes. That's natural. A breakup is major. That doesn't happen every day, but singles have a different dragon to slay. Unlike couples, they have issues to work with each other. There is a connection, which is why they are together in the first place. They gotta um, relive or rehash or bring to a closure all kinds of relationships from the current life and other lifetimes. So it's a lot that's involved when we're dealing with relationships and reading about how it's going to go for a couple of months, or a quarter, even a year. Singles is a whole different category, and do a I have to do a separate reading for singles. And not only that, I usually use the white index cards, right? Uh, for the emotional and specifics of what is involved as far as the daily dramas in a relationship. You really can use this when you want to improve the accessibility of singles. There's lots of singles out there. How do we make other singles connect with other singles? Um, well, the law of attraction usually does that for us. So, what do we have to do to prepare to get involved and get out of the singles stage? I think the dragon that has to be slain here is the self. Have your shadow, your lower self, balanced, intact, so that you don't encounter it through another partner. So there's some of you that like being single, and that's okay. But even being single, meaning that you're going to play the field, and that's totally okay until you decide not to. You still have responsibilities and pitfalls to watch out for, as well as warning signs to watch out for. So it was necessary for me to create a whole new deck. I created a whole new deck just for singles. And it has everything that one is to expect in the interrelatedness of self and that projection onto others. Right? So and the good, the bad, and the ugly is here. Okay. So this is not for the faint of heart. All right. So singles. We're going to talk about singles for this quarter. One thing that I want to do, though, before I begin, is that I want to explain to you the quarter. Well, not really explain it because I kind of explained a lot of it in the quarterly readings of couples. But I think I might need to do some kind of illustration, some kind of visual aid. Yeah, I think so. I think so. I think so. It'll be real quick. And trust me, it's valuable information. And it'll make it more, it's just more, these flowers. It's just more information that can color the potential and possibility of landing the right person for you to, court. Right there. All right. This is going to be really quick, okay? The first quarter of the moon is 3 months. And then the second quarter, another 3 months. And then the third quarter, another 3 months. And then the fourth quarter, another 3 months. Multiply that and you get 12 months. So the entire year is broken up into 3 months. And each third is governed by a lunar phase. It's an but you have to understand what it means, what the definition means. So if we have the moon, right, and then here it is shaded here on this side. Okay, this is left and this is right. Okay, when the moon is shaded on the left side, we say that it is in its first quarter. And it's in its first quarter. This is the quarter of destruction. Anything and everything that requires renewal, because understand that the moon rules ebb and flow. Ebb and flow. It is the gestation process of the germinal seed that sprouts. It reaches in a stage of sprouting, then culminating by giving a flower, and then climaxing and then descending. It loses the flower and it turns into a plant, right? Those are the phases, right? Even plants have phases, and that's why the moon is very important in the ruling of plants. Okay, so here it is destruction. So we began when? March, April, May. March, April, May. We were on the first quarter. And if you know, we had the retrograde, we had Saturn retrograde, we had Mercury retrograde, we had that Pluto return in Capricorn at 27th degree, we have Neptune Pisces conjunct Jupiter, we had Mars retrograde, we had Neptune retrograde, we had Saturn retrograde, we had Jupiter retrograde. The moon was stationed. A lot was going on. A lot was going on in those 3 months. Things were breaking apart. Things were falling apart, and things were disintegrating because they had to. That was the ebb and flow, and not something else sprouts from that. Okay. Now we are entering June, July, August. This is defined by the second quarter. This is considered the waxing, the beginning of the waxing crescent, meaning that it's gaining light. So from the first quarter, it is now waxing. And when it reaches full maturity, we have, after 3 months, a full moon. A full moon occurs once a month. Yes, because we have the new moon and we have the full moon. So we can have a first, second, and third, and fourth quarter in a month, or it can be divided into 3 months where you progress the moon into the quarters. This is another aspect of, pushing the chart forward. Okay. And this is a form of progression. So there's a full moon defines the second quarter. That means the full moon, many astrologers have used this phase differently. Some astrologers believe that this is the time that you receive, whilst the new moon is the time when you plant the seed and the harvest or sprout happens at the full moon. I'm not that side of the astrology. Either one works, but for me, when I use it, I like to plant the seed at the full moon, and then it sprouts at the new moon. That when I do my moon magic, that's how it's always worked for me. It never quite worked the other way around, but with other astrologers, it does work the other way around. So here for me, my channel, it is the time to plant the seeds, to put forward your intent. So this second quarter is about building. The climax is the full moon, and here you are ready to make a decision to put into forward motion what you want to see in the future. You gather the choices and the options while it's in its first quarter after the destruction. You're putting the pieces together to create a new synthesis and define and decide what it's going to be. And then with affirmation, plant it at the full moon, and you're going to see it sprout at the new moon. This is the second quarter, right? Number two. Number two. It is where you plant the seed and you set the foundation. Again, number four, Cancer, in the moon, right? The foundation. Here's where you place it. Then you go from the full moon to the third quarter. The third quarter, it is the left side, the right side that is shaded. It is the right side that is shaded in the third quarter. Here we have what's called the phase of consolidation. Once you plant the germinal seed of intent at the full moon, now you got to act as if you got it. And you got to move like if you got it. Now you got to set the tone psychologically and spiritually and mentally and start projecting your intent that you planted at the full moon. You just don't do it and let it go. You got to feed it, visualize, plan to act as if, do whatever you have to do on your part to make it happen. So it is a time of consolidation. You're going to put every might intellectually, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, whatever it is, to make it happen. You release it, and then we enter the fourth quarter, which is the new moon. In the new moon, the entire moon is black. Now we have what's called manifestation. Now you reap what you sow. Here at the new moon is when you receive that which you have sown at the full moon. Okay, so that is the 4 quarters by progression, broken into quadrants of 3 months, equaling an entire year, 12 months. Okay, very good, very good. That wasn't so bad, was it? Okay. Now let us look at the collective. For those of you who are single, okay, it is so good to be back to normalcy, right? Oh my goodness. We're still in the tail end of the break, but things are picking up. That's excellent, excellent. Okay, for the collective, we're using the Aleister Crowley deck, by the main one. And we're going to use the new deck, which I've created, which is for singles and the plights that singles go through, which is quite different than couples. Notice that the couple is bigger than the singles, but you got more to deal with because you got one, right? You're dealing with 2 people here. Here, you just one and playing the field, which is pretty good. You know, you say, as long as you're not committed to anybody else, you can play the field all you want. That's the benefits of being single. You know, you make up your own rules. And you don't have to let nobody know where you're going, when you're coming home. You come to nobody, for nobody, just yourself. It's a great time to be single. But then the phase comes with, then you want to settle down and be with somebody else, you know? You get all that shit out of your system so that you can go into a meaningful relationship with somebody and you're not tempted to go out and do the things that you used to do when you were single because you've tired it out. You know, that's what you got to do. So let's see. Sometimes we have more. I like to go for 3 groups in a collective, but sometimes it can go as much as 5. Okay, we begin with a trump. If there's no trump, we begin another card until we reach a trump. The limit is 3. If no trump is reached, then we read as is, and we begin with the specifics of the singles card. And the first card is the Fool. The Fool in the reverse. So there's many of you that are single. This is the Fool. The Fool in the upright is taking a risk, beginning something new, and taking a leap of faith. In the reverse, you're not doing so. You don't want to take a risk. You don't want to take a leap of faith. You want to do the tried and true. You know, keep it easy, keep it steady. But the fool in the reverse can be also someone that's very, very mature, maybe too mature, too cautious. No, when you're single, you got to live a little, and that includes taking certain risks. So there's a group of you in the collective that might be reluctant in taking risks and kind of want to toe the line while playing the field. Okay, show me the what is to be expected for this grouping of the collective that are single. They are a little bit more serious, more calculated. Maybe you appear more serious than you are. Maybe you might need to loosen up, have a little bit more pizzazz, a little more fire in you. Let's see. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You got rest. Got to do what is 6 days and rested on the 7th. Okay, so let's see. Oh boy, right? Some of you just don't want to deal with the bullshit. Some of you just don't want to deal with the bullshit. So you're going to be very reserved and very, That's why the fool is in the reverse. You ain't no fool. Ain't no time for no bullshit. That's how some of you feel. I hear that. Projects insecurity onto you. So you might try people that are, insecure, and they project the insecurities onto you. Again, why the fool is upside down. You don't want no bullshit, no insecure motherfuckers. So you're serious. Okay. All right. So far, so good. You don't want to deal with immature motherfuckers. Again, why the fool card is in the reverse. You'd be a fool to accept this kind of stuff. You've got better time, right? So that you can be by yourself. You're not be with anybody. So that's why it's in the reverse. You are serious about, just take all this nonsense shit out of the way. But then if you do, then what you got? What you got? White boy. So some of you might have a preference, the white boy or white girl, or maybe you want to emulate more their approach and how they handle the singles scene. Every group is different. I think you're cute, but there's too much bullshit, too much immaturity. You project insecurity onto people. You're cute. It's always the cute ones that got the most baggage and I fuck up. Always the cute ones, girl or boy. You're a player. Some of you are going to encounter players. But then again, if you're playing the field, then most likely you're going to encounter a player too that's playing the field. It's a matter of who's going to play who. Or does it have to be that way? It depends. Clearly, you're serious about something. Or the fun's cut out. Because when you're young, that's the time for the bullshit, the immaturity, and all that stuff. Past 30 is a different story. Now is the time to go through all that stuff. Again, you might need to lighten up a little bit, this collective part of you. You might be attracting someone with narcissistic behaviors. Now, I do have in the deck narcissistic. And then I have narcissistic behaviors, because there is a difference. A narcissist, that's a clinical diagnosis. That's an actual, that is a sociopath. That's an actual condition. There are many people that act like narcissists because they have narcissistic behaviors, but that doesn't mean that they're narcissists. There is a clinical distinction, but you're going to attract people with narcissistic behaviors. What does that mean in a nutshell? Someone that's very self-absorbed, self-centered, maybe not be considerate emotionally, especially when it comes to other people. Okay, so listen, this group of you in the collective is making it quite clear what you want and what you don't want. Very good. Okay. All right. And that was a trump card. All righty. Okay, let's see. We put this right back. And we choose, another side. Okay, it's a lot of them came out. 2 exactly came out. So we're going to take those. We are going to take those. Okay, we have here. Hey, there we go. Hey, you know, I got to do it. The Fool. The Fool came out in the upright along with Ian, which is Judgment in the reverse. Meaning you're willing to act the fool and not judge. So you just want to have fun. You don't care whether you stumble and fall. You're gonna get up, and that's how you learn. So this second group wants to have fun. Hey, girls want to have fun. You guys want to have fun. Okay, this is nice. You should. Okay, and it's okay to be a little foolish, right? Now, that's what love is, especially young love, puppy love. You know, I have something to say about that too. Okay, so let's see. Let's see how this second grouping in the collective is going to play it out. How it's going to play itself out. Yes, yes. Absolutely. Absolutely. Let's see. Let's see. Show me. Show me. Spirit. Show me. Show me. How is this, what kind of fun this group is going to have? Because they going to act fool. There's no judgments, no nothing. This group is going to have some fun. Okay, so let's have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. God did the world in 6 days and rested on the 7th. Number 7, which is a cycle of Saturn and the moon. Okay, let's see. You can act the fool and just be la vida loca. That's how you're going to live. Okay, I ain't mad at you. Oh, man. I'm fucking with your head. All right, be careful. Like attracts like now. I like you. Ah, okay. I have the hots for. Ooh, for who? A family member, an older person, a neighbor, or is it taboo? Yeah, I told you the good, the bad, and the ugly. Because we all go through these thoughts, and it's one thing to act them, it's another thing to think about them. Get a little bit of both. Okay. Ooh, at a friend's house, probably a hookup. Because the parents at home, so let's go to your place. Parents they come home at 6. Something like that. It's a fun time. It's a time that you do that kind of stuff. Why not? Ooh, some of them maybe going out with a drug dealer, entertain, the dangers of drug dealers. Yeah, because they got money. It came out in the reverse though, so it might be something that you might dabble a little bit. Again, the fool card with no judgments. Why not? Especially when we're dealing with millennials, to them everything is hats off. Anything and everything goes. And I like that. That's spunk. Many of you are going to attract attractive people with Leo vibration. Makes sense because we're entering Leo month pretty soon, Leo season. Okay. And then of course the last card we have is mysterious but sexy. Yeah, you guys are gonna go for the avant-garde, the strange, this is the fun part. Okay, it's about great. That's awesome, guys. Yeah, have your fun. So that is the second grouping in the collective. Very good that are single. Okay. Okay. So in 3 months, you guys can have fun and explore all of that and let yourself loose. Provided that you are responsible, that you play and don't be too foolish and have unprotected sex. It's not just about pregnancy, but it's also STDs and other diseases, sexually transmitted diseases. You don't want to deal with that. You're too young, beautiful, vibrant. So part of loving yourself is respecting your body. So use protection. Okay, Uncle Fernando says so. Okay, now the third grouping. Let's see. Oh dear, satiety, the Ten of Cups in the reverse. So some of you are not going to be satisfied about, overall. Okay. Well, let's look at it and let's work it out. We're going to take another card out. This is the Star, wish fulfillment in the reverse. Damn, the Star card is in the reverse, and the Ten of Cups is in the reverse. That is a trump, so we stop here. Let us see. Wow, so the third grouping of you. Okay, third group. That was 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. We got 2 more cards. What is this? Let me see Elliot. What is this? Ooh. No. Let me put it back in. I didn't even look at it, right? Let's see. Oh, that's just like wow. Well, let's see what it is. And and then if it resonates with some of you, you can probably fix it. You can fix it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That got to do with the 6th date and rested on the 7th. Yes. And let's see. Let's meet when everyone is sleeping. Ooh, naughty. But you said if you're gonna have sex while your parents are sleeping, or this person's parents are sleeping, or whoever is sleeping, they don't want to find out. You can't really enjoy sex. You can't scream, you can't moan, run, bump, and cry, and all that stuff. You can't do none of that. You might, So what? That ain't no fun. I can see why. Okay, well, but you know what? If it works, make it work. Okay, and I like it rough. Ooh, be careful. Too rough might be dangerous. Again, you might not like it. You might think you like it because it's exciting, it sounds exciting, they make it look so sexy on TV and on porn, right? But it might not be the case, when it's in actual practice. So that might be a big disappointment. That's why this is so negative. So you're a roughneck risk takers. I like the second grouping. All right, here. Oh, I feel outdoors. I like to outdoors. Risky. The cops, remember, don't give you a ticket and take a jail quickly. Wow. You guys are wow. Okay. Say true. I've done it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I made a connection. It came out in the reverse. So you're not here to make connections. You're here to have fun. Okay. That's it. I respect that. That's cool. And you have what a horse. Self-explanatory. And that can be a woman liking that or same-sex situation. Take it as it resonates. Yes, and then you have I'm so into you. I'm so weak in the knees. I can hardly breathe. I'm so into you. Who's in the TLC? I probably fucked up the list, but it's something like that, girly. I'm so into you, guy or girl. Take it as a resonance. And then here we have, and fuck in the bathroom. Again, fun stuff. A lot of fun. Make sure that you use protection. You take care of yourself. I'm a Virgo. Take some sanitizers and clean that shit before you do it. Put a blanket or something. You don't gotta be all that rough like that. But then again, that's part of the fun, ain't it? So that's very interesting. That's a grouping of you. We got 2 more cards in the collector. That was 3, so we're reaching 4. All righty. Some of you have to do 25 for 25 reading. That is Felix, Sabrina, the birth child, Michelle Mendez. I didn't forget about you all. By morning, it should be Farmer is going to go on vacation. She'll be back on the 5th of July. So I'll be doing the videos and the correspondences and the appointments, as well as because she's going to go on vacation. So, I'll be on top of it as much as possible while I'm going through my transition. It's a lot, like the South, when we have the Civil War, the North won, but the South was left decimated. Well, it's kind of something like that in the rebuilding, but it's going to be worth it. And a lot of you are giving you lots of free videos because of this inconvenience and delay. Okay. Let us, and Robert, Lucy, yes. Tillman. Okay. And I believe I did Tyler. Right. Mr. Ullman, if you're looking, Mr. Ullman, I did not forget about you. Yes, I have to take time to talk to you or something special, Mr. Ullman. I can forget. Okay, let us continue. Luxury in the reverse, which again, hinting at the cups. In the reverse, okay. Jupiter in Leo, we're entering Leo month. Victory, but it's in the reverse. These are not trumps. We take one more. And we got a trump. We got Cancer, the Chariot. But in the reverse, when it's upright, it's control. When it's in the reverse, it's lack of control. So because there is lack of control, there will be no victory, and there will probably be nothing pretty about the experience that some of these things will be going through in this grouping. Let's see what this is about. Then you might, cautionary tale, might need to be careful here. Okay. Show me. Show me, show me, show me, show me you really love me. God, this is a song that comes to my head. This is a song that keeps coming in my head. Okay, so I'm getting the feel that there may be a gross lack of responsibility and maybe morals here. Taboos, incest, and things like that. Sex, incest, things like that usually will be what something like this might be. Because you all kinds of things go on. When you're single, all hats are off basically. And sure, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. God did the world in 6 days and rested on the 7th. Let's see what's going on with this collective, which makes the 4th grouping. North Node. Okay. So many of you, before everyone is here on this planet to move towards your North Node. Don't get too caught up that you overlook going towards your North Node. This will be disastrous. Meaning that you'll have to repeat the life all over again. Okay. A chosen one, but it's going to be in the reverse. So some of you might be fooled and thinking that you got a chosen one, which brings all kinds of benefits, but actually be a karmic and be bamboozled. Be careful. And then here, see, what did I tell you? Taboo. Taboo. Careful. God is watching us. God is watching us. God is watching us from a distance. Beth Midler that wrote that song, fascinating song. He's watching us, so be careful. This taboo, baby. Okay, evil eye. Careful, you guys don't get caught up in the net. Oh, a backstabber. Careful, yeah. I have a feeling that this is a karmic grouping here. So if you don't want to attract the karmic, make sure that you know yourself and know your intentions. So remember, like attracts like. I'm a fuck your woman. I'm a fuck your woman. Some of you might be, dealing with other man's pieces, or women dealing, or men dealing with other women or other men for that reason. Pieces. Careful. Shit like that can get you killed. And then the last card, last but not least, too quiet. Well, nobody likes someone that's too quiet because then it's suspicious. And it makes people nervous. It makes people nervous. Guys, that is it for the quarterly readings for singles. I hope this resonates. And I'll be back to do the other grouping. Okay? Your soul tribe and your friends. And then I believe there's two more, and I'm going to present a new one. Guys, thank you so much. I hope this resonates.